Hi, my name is Puya Marvasti. I'm the social media expert.
Derek Knott, and I'm the Market Research Specialist.
I'm Gina Ramirez, and I'm the Creative and Copyright Coordinator.
I'm going to begin by giving a brief recap about the background that I addressed in our campaign proposal. So, over the past 10 years, Ed Leadership continues to evolve, and they offer distinguished programs for degrees and certifications in higher education. The things that they offer include 2 master's degrees, a doctorate degree, as well as a Tier 1 and Tier 2 administrative credential, and a community college certificate. Some notable aspects about the Ed Leadership Department is the racial diversity among the students and the faculty. There's a 80% graduation rate amongst the students enrolled in the programs, and the faculty and administrators have over 20 years of experience as practitioners in the field. Here's a brief look at the situation analysis. So when we did our research for the department before we set forth with our campaign, we learned that they had an abundance of brochures and flyers with just an overwhelming amount of information with extensive content. And it was really confusing to really break down that, oh, they offer 5 programs. So that's one thing that we learned. Also, when we met with our client, we learned we wouldn't have any administrative access to their website because it's controlled by the College of Education. And the client was active on Facebook initially. They have no Instagram, but they do have a LinkedIn account in which they were posting job postings. And lastly, the graphics on their social media accounts needed improvement as well. As you can see, the banner on all their accounts, LinkedIn, Facebook, and their Twitter, was this banner with a collage of images that weren't cropped properly. Here's a brief look at the SWOT as well. So the purpose of the SWOT was to identify strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats that we derive from the situation analysis. Some strengths were that they're active on Facebook. The administrator on Facebook did share alumni success as well as upcoming events. And another strength is that Ed Leadership offers the largest doctoral program in the Cal State system. Weaknesses was their lack of marketing innovation, the overwhelming content on their flyers and brochures, and there's absolutely no information in their Facebook section about me, so leaving prospective students without a direction when they would access their Facebook. Opportunities included to increase their department awareness, improve their social media graphics, and create simplified brochures and flyers, and also create a business LinkedIn. And threats, competitors with a stronger social media presence, as well as other competitors that are gaining attention for their programs that are of low quality. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Puya that's going to discuss goals and objectives.
Thank you, Adriana. After meeting with our clients, Tina King, Dr. John Hoffman, Dr. Stella Zarate, we agreed to focus our attention to 3 specific goals. The first goal was to increment the social media exposure through LinkedIn and Facebook, and we had a set of objectives to achieve our goal. One was to edit the Facebook page and resuscitate it with a more appealing outlook, and another was to engineer a descriptive outline on how to create a business LinkedIn account. The second goal was to recondition and straighten flyers for MSHE and MSAD programs, and recreating a social media card, and also a postcard with a more streamlined and consistent visual theme. And the objectives that followed that was we created a visually appealing flyers with clear information, and in addition, complimentary postcards sent to forthcoming students. Our third goal was to construct an outline for the summer of 2015 Practical Advantage class that encompassed what an effective video testimonial would entail. And our objective was to create an effective questions and content. Now it's off to Derek for key audiences.
Thank you, Priya. I'm going to give you a brief overview of the target audience for educational leadership and its programs. First off, the audience is part of the Generation X demographic, which is racially diverse, in this case racially diverse males and females of 25 to 45 years of age. And they're located in the K through 12 education systems, as well as institutions of higher education in the Southern California region. And personality segmentation of this audience is that they're hard workers, driven, self-motivated, and they exhibit many leadership qualities. And some of the segmentation values and motivating factors for our Generation X is that they have a responsibility to care for oneself and for one's family. And they have a personal fulfillment drive, and they're seeking knowledge, as well as they're trying to break cultural barriers. And like the lifestyle they live is a serious-driven individual that's constantly looking to become more. And achievement does not divert this individual from maintaining the key relationships in his or her lives. And the concerns about the individual's actions and how they affect society are always present. And success and achievement for this Generation X individual is measured by how much they can increase the general welfare of society and the world as a whole. And now I'm going to turn it back over to Puya, and he's going to go over some of the strategies that we used over the course of the semester.
So some of the strategies include researching our competitors' websites and social media pages, constructing a SWOT analysis for ed leadership, upgrading the flyers and social media cards for the prospective students, seeking guidance from instructors in creating video testimonial in the summer. And our tactics include partnering up with the Practical Advantage Facebook administrator to feature Ed Leadership's Facebook page. And we attempted to get 50 students to complete an educational survey about Ed leadership and social media preferences. And lastly, we represented CSUF as a credible master's program in comparison to their competitors. And some of the tools that we used were, in the video, we highlighted job promotions that were obtained by completing this degree. We discovered channels that we can utilize to replace the previous videos. And we also created surveys with SurveyMonkey and recruited 51 students to participate. Now I'm going to hand it to Gina for our campaign outcomes.
Thank you, Puya. Throughout our campaign, our main goal was to bring awareness to ed leadership. In order to execute our main objective, we took on various tasks bestowed upon us by our client. For example, Facebook. In February 2015, we started off with 308 likes, and now May 2015, we have 394 likes. We accredit the success to our client, Tina King. We would have hoped that the efforts would have been our efforts would have been the cause for the increase. However, in order to update the page, we would need permission for everything posted. And Ms. King already has an ease posting since she is well versed in all aspects of ed leadership and was already doing a phenomenal job taking care of social media. Next, we'd like to thank Practical Advantage for sharing ed leadership on their Facebook page. I'm sure that helped boost up the likes as well. Furthermore, our social media coordinator, Puya, created a LinkedIn page. However, for issues out of our control, we were not able to create a business LinkedIn account for the client, but we have given them appropriate steps in order to convert the account at their will. Also, a tool that the client felt was necessary was the creation of flyers. Therefore, our account executive, Adriana, created flyers for the MSAD and the MSAG program. In order to depict the program's virtues while maintaining a consistent appearance and lessening the confusion between the programs. Also, our client asked us to create a postcard, and these postcards are going to be used to send out to future prospective students. Furthermore, our client asked us if we could create a social media card that encompasses all of ed leadership social media pages. And this is the old social media card that they had, and this is the one that I created at the very top. And lastly, our spring calendar. This is our calendar, and it just highlights important dates such as when we first met our client, which was on January 29th, and our various interactions with them, such as the time we attended their event on February 11th, and other dates. Now I'm going to pass it on to Derek, our marketing coordinator.
Thank you, Gina. I'm going to give a quick assessment of measurements and evaluation of our actions over the semester, and then I'm going to give a conclusion with the brief statements about going forward and how Ed Leadership can continue to prosper in the coming year. First off, SurveyMonkey helped us obtain much of our quantitative data, quantifiable results, and qualitative data as well. We learned the awareness of Ed Leadership programs among the audience and the preferred methods to receive messages regarding Ed Leadership programs and its content. This helps reveal qualitative data regarding the audience's sentiments toward Ed Leadership, its programs, and campaign promotional elements that we have used and Ed Leadership will continue to use in the future. And in regards to the Facebook account, the majority of our success was we primarily, she said, devoted to Tina King, but we feel like we did have to play a big part in increasing the amount of numbers on the page. 28% spike in overall users and a month-to-month exponential growth rate of 67%, which is very impressive. The volume increased, and we know that the data was relevant and rich in value because the number of likes on each post increased from 11 to 11.8 as the number of posts increased and the number of followers increased on the page. And we learned that as the number of followers went up, it shows a parallelism between the number of posts and the quality of the posts as well, and that we are attracting audience members from the target audience. And in regards to the flyers that we did conduct, we did not get to implement them yet, but we are very optimistic that they will be effective. The survey revealed that our audience is highly receptive to flyers and brochures. 24% to 25% stated this, and the postcards, although not as relevant or not as effective, 12% of the audience is very receptive to them as well. Going forward, we feel that the client needs to maintain relevant and rich content on its social media platforms and continue with the high volume of posts that it has been. And the implementation of the flyers and postcards to the public will help increase awareness and the realm of influence that Ed Leadership has in the surrounding communities. A direct mail program set up between incoming students and most importantly the surrounding school districts and schools in the Southern California region will help connect with the key audience and prospects for Ed Leadership, the Generation X educators that are within those school systems. And last but not least, the video testimonials we feel will be highly effective because Generation X, they tend to be influenced by experienced practitioners, which will feature alumni from educational leadership programs that they have experience, and Generation X tends to give experience when it tends to give attention to experience, and as opposed to Generation Y and later, they give their attention and respect to experience, not to experience, but they give it to people when they feel it has been earned. And the interactive media is highly effective with Generation X as well, and they like to see direct results that are short and sweet, which is why the 1-minute testimonials will be effective. And also, we feel that the cost competitive advantage educational leadership has in the marketplace surpasses every single one of its competitors in the region, and implementing promotional elements and advertising campaigns and public relations and the like will help CSUF educational leadership emerge as the dominant school in the region, and we're looking forward to seeing that in the near future. Did anyone have any questions?